These are the Tonys. 8 years ago, where Spring Awakening won 8 of them, including Best Musical, followed by a 3-year run on Broadway, a Grammy for Best Musical, a U.S. tour, and productions in London, Sweden, Japan, Norway, and Australia. The musical is actually based on a play written in the late 1800s in Germany, at a time when the country had just emerged from the Franco-Prussian War as the preeminent military power on the continent. The capital of Germany was a place of high culture, where the private playhouses could work around the censorship imposed by the Berlin police. Spring's Awakening, as it was originally titled, premiered at one of those theaters originally built for operettas. Shocking in its honest portrayal of rape, homosexuality, and genetic sexual attraction, it was also a dramatic shift in point of view away from the adult world, exposing the hidden feelings of the youth at the time and their disdain for the hypocrisy of adults. Although the reviews were mixed, the public reaction was uniform. It caused an outrage. These photographs are from various musical productions around the world, but they reveal fully realized characters that we would term spot on. Dismayed at having to wear long dresses now, Wendla asks her mother the truth about how babies are born, but never gets an answer. Later, when she meets Melchior in the woods, their sexual interplay leads to sadomasochism and rape. They are both 14 at the time. Discovering that her daughter is pregnant, Wendla's mother actually brings about her daughter's death by calling in an abortionist who botches the surgery. Rather than reacting with curiosity and excitement, Moritz is traumatized by puberty and sexual awakening. A poor student, he fails his exams and, terrified at his parents' reactions, shoots himself. The teachers expel Melchior because they impulsively blame the suicide on a letter he wrote to Moritz dealing with sexual issues. To reinforce the double standard of the times, classmates Hans and Ernst indulge their sexual desires in the countryside, entirely void of any guilt and angst. The dramatist Frank Wedekind was studying law when his father died, and the inheritance he received gave him the freedom to leave law for the world of actors, music hall entertainers, circus people, all of them wanting to escape the bourgeois morality of the times. His political poetry even got him put in prison for 9 months for the crime of violating majesty, an offense against the state. At the time this play premiered, the German gay rights movement had just begun with the publication of Der Eine, German for the natural right of a person to be the exclusive controller of his body and life. The journal consisted of articles written by gay scholars, erotic photographs, and perhaps most significantly, in terms of the times, personal ads. But Der Eine was not written for political activism. That was taken up by the sexologist Magnus Hirschfeld, who called for the repeal of paragraph 175. Even though he and those who supported him were unsuccessful, it served some of its purposes as gay men finally began to emerge from the shadows. First staged in English in 1917 in New York, the production was threatened with closure when the city claimed that the play was pornographic. A New York trial court issued an injunction to allow the production to proceed, but one matinee was all the show would ever see. The play was adapted into a 1929 silent film with Peter Lorre and Lottie Lenya, and then in 1978, Joe Papp produced a version at the public. Today, the play lives on in music, reaching younger and younger generations. This summer, a production at Martha's Vineyard, one in Cleveland, and a film in the works to begin shooting hopefully late in 2014.